handy. Can everybody hear me okay?
Yeah.
Perfect. If you want to go ahead to the next one. So we are clean beauty head to toe. We believe this is our boutique or military cutoff. We believe that you do not and you should not have to compromise your health, efficacy, or luxury when it comes to your personal care products. If you look at Europe and Canada, they have 1,400 ingredients.
It's up a little loud too, so.
In their personal care products. In the United States, we're a whopping less than 20. We actually have not had a federal law enacted regarding, or I guess rather restricting ingredients in our personal care products since the 1930s. So we're a little bit behind on that. From known, so in the States, you'll have chemicals from known and suspected carcinogens and endocrine disruptors to just ingredients that lack really much of any safety data. We'll go to the next one. So we are a mother and daughter's own boutique. I am the mom. I have two girls. This is Alexis. She is actually in her second year at NC State. She's an environmental science major. I have joked with people telling them if I can convert her to clean beauty, I can convert anyone. This one right here is my youngest, it's Claire. She just celebrated her 14th birthday, and Claire is just as well versed and trained in every brand as I am. So they very much are a part of the store and every decision and brands we bring on. And it also gives us three very different perspectives, from the age just entering personal care products to those that are more mature with their products. So this, oh, sorry, that one.
I don't know why this is doing that.
So while Jamie's figuring that out, I'll go ahead and share with you a little bit about how we got our name. My godmother was just a huge testament to what a strong woman can accomplish. A huge influence in my life. She was the first female president of the Zaya Festival here, highly devoted to her community, HR director with the Star News here for over a quarter of a century. And she actually turned down a corporate job with the New York Times because she didn't want to watch me grow up from afar. So she was diagnosed with breast cancer when I was in college, and that prompted my whole journey of what am I eating? What am I using in my home? What am I putting on my body? Flash forward a few years later, married, pregnant with my oldest. My oldest lovingly called her Lala because she would sing the scales to her as a toddler. So we felt it was only appropriate to honor her with the store. So that is where the Lala portion in Lala Elm comes from. Elm is simply my initials. So this one, so that actually, that's Lala and Elm, longer than I care to confess to. Just like with our story, I'm really big on showcasing the brand stories. Like, for example, this is Alexis here, Tata Harper. Yes, she is a luxury brand that you see in destination spas like Palmetto Bluffs, Blackberry Farm. But what I love to share with people is she was an industrial engineer, and her father-in-law was actually diagnosed with cancer, and his physicians said, bring us your personal care products. Like, you shouldn't be using this, and this. And she's like, well, if he shouldn't, I shouldn't. And that's how she started her brand. You know, Maya Chi is another one. She's a brand out of Charleston. Her dad was a plastic surgeon. So she has a tremendous amount of clinical backing. I'm very big on sharing the stories, just like Indy Lee was actually diagnosed 2008 with a brain tumor that they attributed to something as simple as what she was putting on her skin. They gave her 6 months to live. She did her diligence, found a surgeon, woke up on Earth Day and said, you know what? I'll start my own skincare line. So she did. So I love sharing those stories. One of the things that we're doing is a bespoke candle collaboration. We have 3 in our series, and this is our first one that launched. It launched last September. My daughters and I came up with the scent. The work of Wrightsville Beach is Sean Rutcase. So I have a local artist on it. And I should back up and tell you, all of Malibu Apothecary's candles are travel inspired. So I felt like Wrightsville Beach needed to be on that map. What we do with the Wrightsville Beach candle is we give 10% back to Plastic Ocean Project here locally. We're getting ready to release the Azalea Festival candle. We're working on that scent now, or the Azalea, and that will benefit the North Carolina Azalea Festival. And then the Lala candle will be later on this year, and that will benefit cancer patients and their families within our community. I'm very big on giving back. We also will do in-house shopping events, be it private or public, and we'll actually give back a portion of the sales to whatever nonprofit speaks to that host. For example, we've done it with Alzheimer's Association, we did it with Cape Fear, Heart Walk, Eden Village, all of these. I'm happy to give back. This is an example of a masterclass that we did. This was our Tata Harper masterclass. It's the first masterclass I had ever attended or hosted for that matter. We did that in November. It was a sellout, huge hit. So we had our rep from Tata Harper come in and walk everyone through a do-it-yourself facial. We will offer more of these as time goes on. I'm sure you can appreciate in COVID world, juggling that can be a little challenging, but we were able to do this one in our space. I think we had 18 present. We're still able to distance nicely. So we're looking forward to doing more master classes in the future. Sassy Saturday is an annual event that we started this past November. It's a little bit different. So Sassy was actually our white German Shepherd that we lost very suddenly and unexpectedly to hemangiosarcoma. It wasn't until I lost her that I found out it also affects 1 in 5 golden retrievers. And unfortunately with hemangiosarcoma, the problem is you don't know about it until it's too late. So part of my therapy was turning my grief into something constructive, and I'm NC State alum, and we're very fortunate to have one of the best vet schools in the world in our backyard. So we have partnered with them for Sassy's Fund, and we have committed to raising $50,000 for a fund to study hemangiosarcoma. What I've presented to the dean is, can we do something? We're not going to cure it, we realize that, but can we do something to extend the quality of life? Maybe something as simple as an ultrasound, like when you do senior blood work. So for this will be an annual event in our store. It's different from any other fundraiser we do. This is everything outside of our costs. It went from that day, both online sales and online sales for the weekend and in person for that day. So we have 5 years to meet our goal. So this will definitely be an annual event. We try to do everything as sustainable as possible at our store. I like luxury. I don't want to give it up, but I also want to be good stewards of the environment. We've really tried to walk that walk. Our gift tags, which you'll see right here, are actually printed on seed paper. So when you give a gift from our store, the recipient can plant the gift tag and they'll have wildflowers in 1 to 3 weeks. Both our paper that we wrap with, as well as our bags are either recycled and or recyclable. We've even done cotton twill handles, not the paracord. Our mat, when you walk in, is made out of recycled tires. So we really make sure that we're walking the walk and we're being good stewards of the environment, as sustainable as we can, but without giving up the luxury.